Welcome back to another edition of How'd We Get Here? We are at Cherry Hill Fountain in Central Park. We're back in Central Park because it is so beautiful here. Cherry Hill Fountain. Well, this is correct information, so bear with me for a second. Cherry Hill Fountain was built in the 1860s and originally served as a water fountain, as a horse trough for the horses. Nice little rest stop for the hansom cabs and things like that. While we're here, we'd be remiss to say pass rider's law. You know, if you don't know about the horses in Central Park, they don't have the greatest life. It's pretty sad. I think they die, not frequently, but not infrequently. They live on like 7th Ave, I think, in a high rise, not the place for horses. But yeah, Mamdani definitely said he's going to take care of it. So I think every mayor in the past has said that as well. But whatever, I don't know. Shout out rider's law. This is all just a very obvious attempt to get Keegs on my side after we fucking stole High Point from her. But just because it's obvious doesn't mean it's not going to work. I think that will be a successful attempt. But yeah, pass rider's law. On top of rider's law, or on top of the hansom cabs, you'll also see behind me is the pedicabs back here. You'll see those. Those are kind of the newer hansom cabs. Shout out Kramer. I once was a pedicabber. I didn't do it here in New York City. I did it in Newport, Rhode Island for not quite a summer because I ended up quitting because the whole thing with the pedicabs is like all the hours, all the times to buy the rides and stuff like that. Everyone wants to do it at like fucking like 10 p.m. when they're drunk. That's when everyone wants a pedicab ride. And that's when you want to be out drinking. When you are like a 22-year-old who lives in Newport. You're like, I don't want to do this and make a shitload of money. I'd rather get fucked up with my friends. But we did it for like maybe a couple weekends. My buddy's grand idea for it was to sell weed and coke out of our pedicabs. Because people asked for that a lot. But I was too much of a pussy to become a drug dealer, so I didn't do it. And he didn't do it either, but he probably would have done it if I would have done it. But also another thing they don't mention to you in the, I guess the training for this, is that it's almost exclusively you're being sexually harassed by middle-aged women. They slap your ass a lot while you're pedicabbing. They rub your calves. I'm not complaining. I'm just acknowledging the reality of the situation and what happens when you're pedicabbing. But you make a ton of money. Dude, I saw these pedicabs. This guy's got on the side of his thing, he says $5 a minute, which is crazy pricing, and not how I would have done pricing in my pedicab. My pedicab, I did pricing. What you do is you tell the person, you go, whatever you think I earned. Because if you say it's $5 or you say it's $10 or whatever, the $5 a minute is fucking insane. That's just a ripoff. But if you say, oh, it's $10 for a ride in Newport or it's $20 for a ride in Newport, that's all they're going to give you. But if you say whatever you think I earned, and some fucking 50-year-old woman's been grabbing your ass and putting her finger in your butt for an hour, like a half hour, 20 minutes, she'll bust out the big bills. That's how you make your money. So it was a male prostitute for a summer. That was fun. It also smells like absolute horseshit over here on account of the horses. If you can look around, I think I'm in a puddle of horseshit right now. Like it is a rough fucking scene. But whatever. Okay, so we're going to get to a few things today. We got a few topics, a few quick stories we're going to get to. I have, I guess, a diary entry of a kind that I'm going to read. We're going to see if that's dumb or cool. We're still trying to figure out how to build the show. Obviously, we mentioned we're going to do a little bit of, we're going to have just like kind of quick stories and quick little hits like this that I'm about to bust out right now. Again, I do have a longer thing written that I'm going to read. That'll be a very personal story from the diary. Yeah, see, look at this horse. He's splashing around in horse shit. Ugh. Okay, whatever. Let's see. First topic of the day. Okay, first topic of the day. We'll do That's a Good Point. That's a good point, which we missed last time, or didn't miss last time. That was for Dante's Peak, a great Pierce Brosnan movie. And because I am a dumb, stupid man, the only movie I could think of to recommend following Dante's Peak was the exact same movie, a Volcano. Volcano starring Tommy Lee Jones, 1997, about a volcano underground in L.A. My favorite scene from that movie is when John Carroll Lynch, who, if you Google him, you will recognize. John Carroll Lynch is a subway driver, what do they call the MTA in LA, and he carries someone out of a subway, but the whole ground's full of lava because of the underground volcanoes in Los Angeles, and he's carrying a guy, and he tries to jump over the lava, but he doesn't, and as he's fucking like melting into lava like the Wicked Witch of the West, he just chucks the guy and throws that guy to safety, but then John Carroll Lynch continues to melt into a little bit of a puddle. Hang on here, we're gonna try that. Oh yeah, baby. Anyway, that's a good point. Part of that segment is that Pav said that people are making fun of the choices, to which I would agree. First of all, I would strongly disagree, but also agree. That had me thinking I was gonna go. When Pav said that, I was gonna go. All right. Well, we can go to better movies if they want. And I was gonna recommend One Battle, because it just won the Oscar. It was hands down my favorite movie of last year. My rankings would be 1, One Battle After Another, 2, Eddington, 3, Battle to Wallace Island. After that, I don't know, you can figure it out yourself probably. Not that you figure it yourself, I mean just put it in whatever order you want. I don't really care. I'd like those are my big 3. But why did I say that? Oh, yeah. So the One Battle thing. So we decided we're not going to do that. Instead, because Mick Jackson, who is the director of Volcano, I was looking through his filmography, and he had a movie that I had never heard of, but it seems like it was fucking written for me. It's called Live from Baghdad. It's a 2002 movie about starring Michael Keaton and Helena Bonham Carter. And Michael Keaton is a producer at CNN, and him and his crew and his team go into Baghdad in Iraq to cover the thing. I fucking love journalism movies. All the President's Men, Spotlight, 2 of my top dogs. I love Michael Keaton. That's long been talked about, that I borderline have a fetish with Michael Keaton, where his voice soothes me, and I watch his sad movies at night because it puts me to sleep. So yeah, I've never even heard of this movie. That's our movie for next week. What is it called here again? Live from Baghdad. Bang. Perfect. Okay, now on to our topic segment of the evening. First topic, BVS Hockey, Blackstone Valley Schools in Rhode Island. Fucking shout out to the boys. The boys play in the state championship Wednesday night. If you are anywhere near Providence College, if you are anywhere near Schneider Arena, get to that rink. It is going to be an all-time hockey game. I unfortunately cannot be there. I am out of town Wednesday and Thursday this week. If you are there, be there. It is genuinely crushing to me that I can't be there. What Blackstone Valley Schools are doing is legitimately, it's a movie. It's happening in real life. It's happening in real time. It's happening to us. This was the school that had the mass shooting in Pawtucket, where I'm sure people saw the clips online with the kids skating across the rink. I'm probably gonna cry talking about this because that fucking video is crazy. But like, that was a video I could smell the second I saw it. Anyone I think who played hockey, like, I was immediately transported back to that. And that was fucking scary and crazy. And then that hockey team that has gone through hell and can't, like, I mean, I don't know, it's insane. That hockey team that has gone through hell, it made the state playoffs. Shouldn't have won the first game. Won that. Won the next game. I believe that's 3. I believe there's 3 wins in now. They're playing the state championship, Frozen Four Schneider Arena. The semifinals went into double overtime, double OT. And who scores the game winner? Colin Dorgan. Colin Dorgan is the kid whose family was involved in the shooting, who's burying his fucking family, or buried his fucking family on Saturday, scores the game winner in double overtime. Fucking fans, I'm not fans, the team spills out onto the ice, goes across. It's the most insane video and situation. And shout out to the coach, Chris Labrizzi, who's got kids playing that. It's a miracle that they're even playing. It is an absolute miracle that these kids are playing, and I think it really speaks to the importance of sports to me. And how cool it is that, like, I don't know. They said it gives everyone something to fight for and something to... I gotta stop crying. This is crazy. I got horses and pedicabs all over the place. But whatever. It's a fucking beautiful story. And if you are anywhere near Schneider Arena, get there. Topic number 2. I am on a Phil Collins kick that you would not believe right now. And I it's crazy. I'm on the biggest Phil Collins heater. I don't even have a topic for that. It was just I showed it to Pavs earlier, and he was like, who's ever been on a Phil Collins kick? And I'm like, right, what, you not seen American Psycho? I'll cut your head off right now. But I'm on a Phil Collins kick that is unknown to. I can't believe I went from that topic to that topic. Whatever, dude. Okay. I don't know. This topic is just shout out Phil Collins. Shout out Phil Collins. The March Madness is coming up. Obviously, that starts Thursday. We got a sketch coming out called Brackets. Whatever. I'm not telling you anything. The sketch is called Brackets. But in it, Pavs. Can I tell them something? Can I talk about the voice? How we can only have one voice? That we're using for the brackets thing? About the kid voice? Okay. So in the sketch that's coming out, we got we had to use an AI voice and get just read a script. I can't tell you too much, but whatever. The fucking point of the matter is we had to find an AI voice that you could like buy fake voices and have them say things, and they have thousands and thousands of voices available, but they only have one kid's voice available, and we needed the kid's voice. And I just thought it was very funny that, like, I completely understand why they're weary about having kids' voices available. Like, a bunch of fucking perverts out here are gonna have the kids saying nasty stuff to them. I'm gonna be ejaculating, and I get you don't want that, but the fact, part of that was very funny is that they were like, well, we can't be ridiculous and not give them any kids. like they have one still. Like, look, some filmmakers are going to need to use a kid's voice, so I don't know, just make sure it sounds fat. Like, I don't know how they came up with what they would make the kid sound like. So the kid, I don't know. Maybe it's just a sacrificial lamb. It's like, look, we got to throw him one and just see what happens. Why is there only one kid's voice? Oh, God, that's funny stuff. That's funny fucking stuff. Another thing, the Tom Brady and Logan Paul stuff is making me sick. And I genuinely, it's not even that I dislike Logan. I like Logan Paul. I like Tom Brady. I like them individually. I don't like this stuff they got going on. And I remember watching it the other day, and they were arguing about wrestling or pussy. Tom called him a pussy or a bitch, or I don't know. I'm just sick of seeing headlines about two of them. And I was like, I would fucking sacrifice a Super Bowl to not have to deal with this anymore, to not have my GOAT doing this kind of stuff. And then I thought about that a little more and realized that surely people have been saying that for 20 years as Tom fucked with Barstool. They're like, I would give anything to have Brady not be playing hanky-panky with Dave. So I get it. Never mind. I got over it. That helped me get over it. What else we got here? We got more topics. Oh, dude. This is a good one. So I was spending some time with my nephew recently, and we were watching Air Bud last weekend, 2 weekends ago, something like that. And he's 3 years old, and he was getting it. Like, he understood the plot, and he understood the jokes and the characters and the development, and he was like all in on this movie, and I was blown away. And I was like, I got the smartest fucking nephew in the whole world. Like, this is insane. And then I Googled what, I was so impressed. I was like, I gotta study this. I gotta look into this. There's no way anyone else can comprehend movies like this fucking kid can comprehend movies. And I Googled, what age do people start enjoying Air Bud? It's 3. It's 3. So I completely understand every parent, whoever thinks that their kid is special, because I watched one movie with my nephew and was like, this kid's a fucking savant. This kid is the next Spielberg or George Lucas. Or, by the way, we want some fun stuff. I forgot to write this stuff down. I'm reading a book right now. It's all anyone in my life hears about. It's called The Last Kings of Hollywood and the battle for the soul of American cinema. And it's about George Lucas and Steven Spielberg and Francis Ford Coppola. And it's insane. It's awesome. I'm obsessed with this book. I couldn't recommend it higher. Written by Paul Fisher, I believe his name is. It's incredible. If you like movies, it's incredible. If you like movies, I suggest reading it. If you don't like movies, it's probably like when my dad would put a fucking Jack Welch book on my bedside table every night and be like, you gotta read this, you're gonna love it. But if you like movies, it's fucking awesome. And there's so many, I'm probably like 3/4 of the way through now. There's so many cool stories and anecdotes and shit like that. Like, here's something I didn't know. Jaws flipped the studio system, the theater system, how we know it today. Jaws, 1975, summer 75, movies used to just come out in New York and LA, and then the successful ones would come out around the rest of the country. But Jaws, they were like, this is so fucking good. This has to open wide. This has to open everywhere. And that was the first weekend that opening weekends became a thing. And what I thought was so cool is that Spielberg was very nervous the morning of its release. So Scorsese picked him up in a car, and then they just drove around LA that day, theater to theater, looking at all the longest lines. And I was like, if that's not the coolest fucking story in the world, I don't know what is. That's such an awesome, awesome thing. But yeah, it's a really, really great book. Also a cool thing I read, and that was insane, was George Lucas he bought his own hotel room at Cannes and couldn't afford to get rid of it. Couldn't afford to check out. So he was trying to sell projects while at Cannes just so he could get 10 grand to get the fuck out of his hotel room. And the two projects he was trying to sell were a movie called American Graffiti that I haven't seen, but made $200 million on like an indie film budget. And the other film he was trying to sell was an unfinished script, a space opera that obviously became Star Wars. And he was trying to sell the two of them for 10 grand. They were turned down, and instead what Lucas got was 40% of the merchandising. And obviously that was pretty good. They used to call that garbage clauses back in the day, the merchandising, because nothing made merchandise. Nothing made money like that. So they were like, yeah, we don't give a fuck. It's a garbage clause. That's what the lawyers in Hollywood called it. They don't call it that anymore. What else we got? What else we got? Bang, 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 bang. What is that song? Crazy Frog. Oh, yeah, this is I was going up to Vermont, and I was at the Platic Hill rest stop, and like four bros took a picture with me. Happens, all good, whatever. And I got back in the car with my girlfriend, and she goes, did those guys catch up with you? And I said, yes, they did. She said, did they take a picture with you? And I said, yes, they did. And she said, do you know they thought you were Tim Tebow? And I don't even know what to do with that. I don't even know what that fucking means. Like, the guys were just like, they were like, yo, dude, huge fan. Can we take a picture? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And we took a picture, and then that was it. And then we moved on. She said they were in line in Auntie Anne's, and we're like, dude, that's Tim Tebow. We have to go take a picture with him. And then they got out of line and came take a picture with me. And I don't look anything like Tim Tebow. Like, at all. And then that very day, Tim Tebow was at Congress, or wherever you do these things, Senate, testifying about child sex trafficking here in America. So it was definitely not Tim Tebow, it was me. But yeah, I never had that. I never had that happen to me. We were going up to Vermont to have a little couples weekend, and one of the bathrooms was out of commission. So the four of us were like sharing one bathroom. And it's my first time ever really in my life where I, like, absolutely over an extended period of time needed to employ the sink trick. You know, ladies, you know what I'm talking about, the sink trick. And I gotta say, I take back everything I said about it. I used to think it was the dumbest thing in the world. I thought maybe it was used as cover, that like that was just, women just said they turned it on, but that was just how it sounded like when a chick took a piss. You know what I mean? Like just a hose spigot without the hose attached. That was more Donald Duck, but not more Donald Duck. There it is. Yeah. But I used to think it was kind of bullshit. I thought it was dumb, whatever. And then over the weekend, that weekend that it happened, maybe 2 weekends ago, I took a couple of shits while a sink blasted in my ears. And I felt like I was in Hawaii. I felt like I was under a waterfall. I felt so at peace, so alone. Because I'm like shipwreck from American Pie. I get very, I don't know what it is. I should probably talk to a therapist about it. I get very awkward with dumping. I got to be alone. I want to be like, I want to one day own a home and own another home that is only bathrooms. You go there, that's where you go do business, come back to the house. That would make a big issue where everyone would clearly know why I was going to their house, which is my big fear of it all. But whatever. Why am I talking about all this? This is a problem with the show where I just start talking about shit. Oh, yeah. So with the couples and stuff, it was amazing. I always thought it was to block out, like, so people outside the bathroom couldn't hear things. And I was always like, well, I can hear shit fine. Like everything that's happening when I walk by the bathroom, I hear it. But I don't think that's why you guys are doing it. You're doing it for your own sense of peace. And that I really felt. I like for real felt like I was, like I've truly never had it happen in my real life, but like I was inside of a volcano, of a waterfall. And it was just like my own space. No one could hear anything outside. It was just, I might start dumping all the time with the sink on. Really, really nice stuff. What else we got here? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're going to move on. By the way, this is our second location because our first location was too busy and they were playing a lot of music. Hey, buddy. And we couldn't really... we couldn't really do the sorry, this is awkward because there's a car right in front of me, or a handsome cab. We were trying to do it at the Bethesda fountain, which was designed by Emma Stebbins. It's very, very pretty place, and I saw a picture of it and I was like, oh, that's a spot from John Wick 2. That's where Ruby Rose stabs the big guy in the head. And And Paz, I was like, what other movies is it from? And Paz was like, I'm getting all flustered because there are people that happen to me all the time. I got to stop being a pussy about that. But I had asked Paz what movies he thought it was from, keeping the John Wick information to myself. And Paz went, oh, dude, Home Alone 2, Gossip Girl, Enchanted. And those are not the movies I watch. I watch John Wick, where Ruby Rose stabs dudes in the head. Oh, yeah, sorry. This is another fun topic here. Bert's bus. Bert's bus. That shit is fucking crazy, dude. I saw it very quickly. It was like one of those things where I had just happened to open Instagram and just saw that bus. I'm not engulfed in flames, but obviously blown out, burned out. I talked to Bert. I texted Bert right afterwards. Obviously, he's very safe and very fine. They got lucky the night before. They had a tire blowout and were not on the bus anymore. They'd switched over to the crew bus. And but he was like, yo, if we hadn't blown a tire, we're probably on that bus. We're probably asleep like we usually are, which is fucking crazy. Life works in mysterious ways. And then, like the ultimate yin and yang of life, the very next day, Free Bert, renewed for season 2. Like I told you, motherfuckers, that show is good. If you are not watching it, you should watch it. Free Bert, season 2, been renewed. The girls, Isla and Georgia, are so insanely funny. So go check that out. Go see that. It is great, and congratulations to Bert on 1, being alive, and 2, on Free Bert. I don't know which one's bigger. Probably the alive one. It's probably the alive one. All right, we got an ad, folks. First ad read of the game. And our first ad read is from Fast Growing Trees. Obviously, look around us right now. We are in the heart of the city, but still surrounded by trees. And you can do that in your yard as well. You can do that no matter where you are. You can be like you're in Central Park here. Did you know that Fast Growing Trees is America's largest and most trusted online nursery with thousands of trees and plants over 2 million happy customers? They have all the plants your yard or home needs, including fruit trees, privacy trees, flowering trees, shrubbery, and houseplants, all grown with care and guaranteed to arrive healthy. Whatever you're looking for, Fast Growing Trees helps you find options that actually work for your climate, space, and lifestyle. Honestly, God, I've been redoing my apartment. I think I talked about that a good deal. Having actual life, having, you wouldn't call it wildlife because it's in your apartment, but having life in your apartment brings so much joy and so much light to the space. Not light, but just so much. It just makes it feel good. It makes you feel home, feel real, feel complete. It is something I strongly suggest. You don't need a big yard or a lot of space. Like I just said, I have an apartment. You can grow lemon, avocado, olive, or fig trees indoors, along with a wide variety of houseplants, all grown with care and hand-selected to thrive in your home. Right now, they have great deals on spring planting essentials, up to half off on select plants, and listeners to our show get 20% off. 20% off their first purchase when using the code GETHERE at checkout. It's code GETHERE. It's an additional 20% off better plants and better growing at fastgrowingtrees.com using the code GETHERE at checkout. Fastgrowingtrees.com, get here. Now is the perfect time to plant. Let's grow together. And thank God for Fast Growing Trees for saying that, because let's grow together, guys. Let's build something here, right? We are talking about, we're going to try and get our next project. We're going to try and work on that. We got it. Let's buy some Fast Growing Trees so they know we're legit. If you're thinking about it, I genuinely, I wouldn't recommend it or ask it if I didn't think it actually fucking mattered and helped in your home. But if you have an apartment, if you're thinking about getting a tree for the backyard, I beg of you, do it now. Go to fastgrowingtrees.com. Use the code GETHERE. You will get 20% off. Spring is here. Let's get happy. Let's fucking show seasonal depression what's what. Let's get them out of here. Let's get to spring. Let's get planting. And let's get some trees from Fast Growing Trees. All right, now it's time for our diary entry, which I'm very nervous about. And an interesting thing to talk about here a little bit. I'm not actually nervous about this at all, but it's obviously not super well written. It's kind of just like off the top of my head type shit. But I don't know going forward if I should, I don't know if this is lazy of me to not have it really well written and not have it fleshed out. Or is it better to kind of just be like, this is kind of a random diary entry? Although it's obviously not that, because I knew I was going to be reading it, so it's very like even while I was trying to write it naturally, I was writing obviously very biased because I knew I was going to read this. But whatever, we're gonna keep doing this. I think this is gonna be cool. I'm very, very excited for this. I hope this is a cool thing. I miss writing. I like writing. We'll put this on the blog as well. Well, actually, we won't put it on the blog because this isn't it's not fleshed out yet. It's not done. But anyway, okay. Here is something of a diary entry. We'll see how this goes. I ducked into the gym off 8th Avenue as the wind ripped my hood off. It was March, but the cold was still biting. It was 77 degrees earlier this week, and then it snowed yesterday. That's fucking insane. It was the kind of cold that made you spend the day swearing up and down that you won't do another winter in this climate. As the warm air of the gym enveloped me, I scurried downstairs into the men's locker room in order to get ready for my workout. As I turned the corner and began to see the rentable gym lockers, I saw something horrifying. My gym boyfriend with another man. Rich guys have work wives. John Henry has gym boyfriends. The one thing in common in these relationships is that they both have old saggy balls involved. Only in this situation, the balls that are old and saggy are mine. And the true thing about that is not written here in the diary, is the other day I was swinging my balls. You know how you do that? You know how sometimes you get out of the shower and you're like, fucking what up? Or you show it to your buddy or your girlfriend. You're like, hey, check this out. And you're like, wow. So I was swinging my balls the other day. And then 2 days later, I don't know why I said your buddy or your girlfriend. I don't show it to my buddies. Not anymore. I did it one time, but it's usually to the girlfriend these days. But anyway, you get out of the shower and you kind of swing. And I got long balls. We've discussed that on the show, on this very show. And I was swinging and I was fucking hanging and banging. And 2 days later, I was walking home from work, and every time my nut really hurt, and so anytime it hit my leg, I was trying to walk like this because I was trying to keep it hanging so it wouldn't hit my leg and hurt. I couldn't figure out what happened. I thought I had to do. I have a bad hip, and I thought I had to do it with my hip because I started doing this where I would walk backwards because it didn't hurt if I walked backwards. So I was walking backwards down the street a little bit, and I was like, this is fucking insane. And then I got home, and before I took a shower, I did the swing again, and it hurt my ball, and my eyes lit up. I was like, oh my God, that's what it was. It was the fucking swinging, which came at a great relief because I think I've aged out of testicular cancer, but I was like, I don't know what the fuck this could possibly be, but my right ball is hurting. It was too long. It was too long of a ball. But anyway, back to the gym boyfriend. It's not exactly what you're picturing. I don't know, I guess it depends on what you're picturing, but it's not exactly what you're picturing. I exercise at weird times. Not weird times per se, but off hours, okay? I go to the gym with a lot of old men, is what I'm saying. Retirees. People who can be there from roughly 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning. That's where you can find me most mornings with a bunch of old queens getting our pump on in Chelsea. I call them old queens because that's exactly what they are. They're octogenarians who, in some cases, were the tip of the spear when it came to fighting for gay civil rights in this country. They don't move as well as they once did, but they're flashing as much skin, and they're still rearing to punch a homophobic cop outside the Stonewall Inn. Some of the guys I have a better rapport with than others, but the chemistry Rodrigo and I have is second to none. Rodrigo is from Spain. He's in his mid-70s and was a massive fan of Barcelona, but not as much since Messi left. I know a great deal about him. We are friends. We are friends because for the last 5 years, Rodrigo has showered me with praise. I've talked about him. You guys know who I'm talking about. He's just enamored with me. He sees me and he's like, John, oh, you are so strong, right? Or when I'm maybe in a cut phase, he goes, John, you are looking so slim. And then there was one time he sidled up to me and he went, John, I have $2 million in my bank account, and I'd give it all for your body. And I don't know, to this day, as I sit here right now, I don't know if that meant he was just joking around, and he was like, oh, if I could $2 million switch place, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Or if he was saying, I will fuck you for $2 million. But we kind of just laughed about it and high-fived and moved on, because there is kind of that fun language barrier where we're not totally sure what we're saying, but we're pretty sure. I mean, we got it, but there's some kind of that gray area, what do you mean you want my body, right? Despite the occasional borderline sexual harassment I get excited when I see the Barca crest on Rodrigo's hat as he bounces across the gym towards me. I get excited not just because I know how he'll offer some words of encouragement, but because, hell, sometimes it's just nice to be noticed. Since the new year, I've been very off my routine, so for the past few months, my gym attendance has been infrequent. But the other day, I got back on. I'm off the road traveling, and now I'm back in the swing of things, back in my normal routine. And right as I walk into the gym, I find Rodrigo quite literally holding the arm of another man. Not just any man, a baby-faced man, younger than me, much younger. Rodrigo literally jumped back. Oh, his arm was on the guy's shoulder. He was going, you are big and strong, like he always says to me. And this is a true fucking story. And he literally bounced back. And I was in the gym, and I was like, it was kind of just awkward because there's just the three of us in the locker room. This other kid is so young. He has no idea what the fuck is going on. He's not so young. He's probably 20. He's got tattoos. He definitely has tattoos. But he goes, he popped back and he goes, John, good to see you. And he didn't call me his friend. And he always calls me his friend. He always goes, John, good to see you, my friend. And I, honest to God, I think I say my friend all the time. I get something at Dwayne Reed or fucking the bodega, wherever I go, I go, thank you, my friend. I get out of the cab, thank you, my friend. I think I picked that up from fucking Rodrigo. And this time he dropped it. I noticed it, you motherfucker. I noticed you dropped it. And he goes, John, good to see you. And I don't know where I am with this thing right now. But yeah, I noticed it. And now I don't know. It's just awkward. Because that one moment was so awkward. It's just awkward all the time now. I saw them in the gym this morning. I can't say I saw them. I saw them both individually. They're not workout buddies. I saw them both in the gym individually this morning. And And Rodrigo didn't talk to me. He just kind of, I think he didn't see me. I think we kind of missed. But then the other kid, who has no idea he's in a love triangle that's being talked about at the Cherry Hill Fountain right now, he's not as big as me. He like, I'm stronger than him for sure. Like if Rodrigo wanted somebody's body, it should still be my body. But the other thing that was happening today, again, this kid, like when he's next to me, I'm like, this motherfucker. he doesn't even know about this. But he was shadow boxing in the gym today, and that's to me like, you don't mess with a guy who's shadow boxing in the gym, right? If you're shadow boxing in the gym, it's not your first time shadow boxing. You know, you do that a little bit. So if you're pretending to fight in public, you probably not that I'd fight this guy. Not that I'd fight this guy at all, but I don't even want Rodrigo. I'm just telling you a fun story. I'm just what's happened is this kid. But I don't think the shadow boxing wasn't that good. It was a very weird thing. I don't know. I guess I'd have to talk to a golfer. Like if golfers are more used to, can they spot a guy like who doesn't have form? They'd be like, oh, I'd fucking beat that guy out on the links. Because I don't know, the kid was doing it. I've never shadow boxed in public because I don't have that kind of confidence. But the world's beating me down. I'm a 20-year-old guy with gym boyfriends. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to fight the kid. I think that's the end of the story. All right. I think that went pretty well. I think that largely went pretty well. I'll give it a B. Maybe a B+. That went kind of better than I thought I was gonna, but kind of worse. I didn't really finish the story. I don't know. I'm going to keep doing it. I think I'm going to keep doing it. I enjoyed doing that. I enjoy writing the stories. I'm just, David Sedaris does this. David Sedaris keeps a journal and a diary, and he publishes them, and I think it's fucking amazing. So I'm just stealing his bit. But I'm only doing it once in a while, or hopefully once an episode if you guys liked it. If you hated it, please tell me. I'll stop doing it. We'll find something else. Yeah, I think that's the end of the episode. I think we're good. Oh, we didn't pick a movie. No, we didn't pick a movie. Yeah. Live from Baghdad. I think that's the whole episode, boys. I think that was pretty good. I think I felt good about that one.